Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my very first hardcore attempt, but it's modded. It is the Gravity mod, and I'm going to be attempting to beat this Minecraft world upside down. Yes, this is going to be a very difficult challenge. It took me over 2 weeks in total and multiple hours worth of footage. That's actually destroyed the memory of my computer, but I say it was worth it. It was a challenge in which I learned patience. I learned patience was a big thing. But anywho, enough of that. Let's get into it. So I loaded up. This is actually my 4th attempt at this hardcore challenge. And how I'm able to do this challenge is that I turn cheats on for a second, grab the gravity anchor, put it in my inventory, exit the world after I turn myself back into survival mode or hardcore mode. And now I don't have cheats anymore. So after this, I decided to start punching trees as usual, and as you can see, that if I were to fall, I actually go straight into the stratosphere and then into space itself. It is a terrible way to die. Either I froze up or I lost oxygen. Either way, I'm dead, pretty dead. I would later go on to start mining in the caves, start getting resources, and I have no idea where I'm going. The only hope I have is trying to listen out for creeper noises, or any noises for that matter, such as mob noises, lava, water, and you'll see that I get lost a lot in this attempt, and it's practically the only way I'm ever able to find anything is through noise. So, on top of the world being upside down for me, or at least I'm upside down for the world, I have to use my other senses instead of just sight in order to complete this challenge. It was not easy. Good lord. Anywho, I'm able to find myself enough iron to make myself some iron armor. I was able to get myself a bucket in order to make a portal to the nether, and I was able to do this in my first attempt as well. But you'll see the fail compilations in tomorrow's video. Anywho, I would later go into the nether and run off in a direction where I thought the nether fortress was, because that's what I was looking for, of course. Luckily for me, the nether had to be some of the easiest biomes to navigate. It's like the overworld was such a pain. You had to parkour on the trees. That's the only way you had any luck in surviving in order to get around, if anything of that. Well, I was able to find the fortress. I was able to collect the blaze rods. I collected myself a bunch of diamonds, a few goods. I was able to get back to the overworld, and for a good long while, all I did was mine, grind, and collect resources. Eventually, I found a village, though. This village would become my base camp after a while, and I would develop it to my needs. I was able to find a house outside the village. I took control of it and started working on defenses, made myself a pathway that was more suited for my needs, considering I have to bridge over space in order to get anywhere. It's going to look really stupid when you see the world and how it looks in the end, but I think it's going to be funny. You're going to enjoy it. I would later go on to better defend the village, well, for myself. The villagers, really, they could just screw themselves, because that's practically what I thought of them. None of them were clerks, and there's no way I can make them into clerks, because this is on version 1.12. And because it was on 1.12, there was nothing really I could do. Oh well. I would later, though, I try to defend the village just a little, but only for XP, because I wanted to make myself a enchantment table if I ever got around to it, which I was able to. I made myself a diamond pick. I was able to make the enchantment table. I was able to make a brewing stand, and I'm progressing. It takes me a long while, and it takes multiple attempts in order to get this thing right. The ending of this whole thing was very, very upsetting. I would later go on to not only just update the village, but find myself even more diamonds, accidental or on purpose. I was more concerned about trying to find Endermen because they were becoming very, very annoying. Usually what I do, especially with the 1.16 Nether update, I just go to the Nether and I go to the that biome that's all blue with all the Endermen in it. Well, The Endermen do spawn in 1.12 Nether, but not as frequent as you may think, and so that was a pest trying to find my way in the Nether and try and get the Ender pearls, which I would later finally get enough pearls that I felt comfortable enough wasting it on trying to get to the end portal. And when I start going off, it is a journey. I decided to try and take a chance at going through the Nether, just beeline it in the general direction, go 100 or so blocks. And my first portal attempt, I went past the portal, the end portal. And my second attempt, I was about halfway there, but I really didn't know that. So I threw a few more pearls, and I lost a bunch because they blew up in the ground, and that sucked. But I was able to, after hours of tunneling, was finally able to make it to a massive cave with a mine shaft, grind to that area, finally find the end, and then found the stronghold, and then found the end portal. I would then make a third base camp of sorts in the end portal room, and I would later grind for Ender pearls in order to get enough Eyes of Ender in order to make it to the end. Simple as that. Beating Minecraft. It takes 12 Minecraft days for me to do this, and actually the footage of which I am using is 5 hours long. No joke. 5 hours worth of grinding over a period of 2 weeks. I was finally able to make it to the end stronghold. The stronghold. I continued the grind for a good long while. And well, I have to say, I felt pretty confident. I was doing well. I was getting more diamonds as I continued traveling. I was progressing. I had potions. I had food. And in my other playthroughs, I was able to get a lot more. I wasn't able to get a lot of food in the beginning. Like, food was such a problem for me. I guess because all the food kept on running away and I was out of reach. I couldn't find enough materials in order to build over. It was very annoying. I was able to persevere, though. And the next few things that I did after trying Ender Pearl searching, gave up for a while, decided to go to the Nether to find them there, and I was able to get them there. I was also able to make potions, speed, regeneration. I don't know why I made speed. I made some night vision. Like, materials were extremely low, though. I felt pretty strong, confident, had a few golden apples, had a lot of golden carrots. I was pretty wealthy. I thought I was ready to enter the end. But I decided I would upload a separate Minecraft world and see what it'd be like for the end to spawn. Because you spawn on the Obsidian platform, and usually when you spawn in this Obsidian platform, you're right side up. So you have no fear of falling to your death unless you're an idiot. Well, considering I'm upside down, and most of these portal platforms, Obsidian platforms, when they spawn with no end stone island surrounding it. And so I was very afraid that there wasn't going to be a platform, an end stone island for me to latch on to. I would have to figure a way of trying to get onto the platform without dying, and I came up with this solution. In the stronghold is a library. In that library you'll find a galore of cobwebs, and I also mentioned that I passed a mine shaft. Well, I decided I'd make myself a pair of shears and collect the cobwebs, and I was going to jump into the stronghold portal and look up, spam the right click button as fast as I can in order to place the cobwebs, and my character gets stuck in the cobwebs. And then quickly place blocks in my water bucket and swim down in order to save myself and progress through the challenge. I looked into the portal after activating it in awe that I've made it this far. It took me that long to get here. And I thought about all that I achieved could be thrown away just because of there not being an end stone island for me to jump on. And I prepared for the worst that could come. And I was positive. I'm positive I was not going to have a platform to land on. I had to place this cobwebs, and I had to do it fast. Built up the courage, looked up to the portal, and I jumped in. And hallelujah, I placed the cobwebs pretty clutch-like. There was an endstone island surrounding the entire obsidian platform. I didn't even need to do that. My worries were completely gone, and I felt like this was a sign that I was meant to defeat this game. Oh, I was wrong. The endstone blocks are not only just a massive pain to get through, it also turns out to be the only thing that the Ender Dragon can't break besides obsidian. Well, I decided that I started mining towards the towers, and my idea is that I was going to build my way down to the tower roof and then branch out and shoot it from afar. Well, that would work if Minecraft was normal. It's not normal. Sadly, the dragon can hit you through the blocks still in 1.12. I don't know if he can still do it in 1.16. I don't think he can, but I don't know. But that was the big fear. Now was the dragon himself. He was now able to make his way into my little safe zone and kick me out of it, and he can yeet me to Kingdom Come. This was not good for me. I'd try and work my way down to these daggum obsidian towers in order to take out the crystals. I even brought TNT in order to try and see what I could do, if I could actually achieve anything. But daggum, that dragon kept on pushing me out. He was damaging my armor. It was breaking, and I ran out of arrows. So I kept on trying to resort to just trying to get to the tower base itself. But again, if I didn't place enough blocks, the end dragon would just yeet me to next Tuesday. And dadgummit, there was just no way I was going to ever be able to do it. And so after running out of resources, my armor is nearly gone. I decided to resort to my last plan. I was going to go to the center of the end island, and I was going to place all the TNT I had and try and blow up the dragon in one foul swoop. Because he was still in this program, he was still flying down to the end portal itself, the end of game dungeon portal that sends you back to the overworld. Oh, that was another pain within itself. Not only did it take so long to try and get over there, the dragon was pushing me, punching and biting at me. He destroyed my shield while I was digging. He gave me a lot of grief. I was never able to place down that TNT. I decided in one ditch attempt, because I couldn't reach the end portal top. The bedrock, there's no way I was going to be able to glitch through that, or anything for that matter. There was nothing I could do, so I threw a pearl, clutched with cobwebs, and I placed the cobwebs in my offhand, so I had a better chance of clutching. And I clutched, but the dragon showed up, and he devoured the cobwebs. And I didn't have another pearl. I didn't have any other option, except for plummet, freeze to death. My entire journey was fruitless. Over 2 weeks worth of grinding, I couldn't defeat this challenge. And I look back, and I made multiple save copies long before I entered the end portal itself, and I attempted 3 different times maybe, trying to figure a way, how could I get there? How can I take out the crystals better? It's just that dragon, with him being able to hit you through the blocks, he just damages you. And over a period of time, if you ain't fast enough, you gotta be speedrun fast. But you can't be speedrun fast if you're daggum stuck underneath the island. I was out of options. I couldn't defeat this game. I couldn't defeat the challenge. And I wasn't going to spend another hour, and I didn't even have the memory space in order to to save my progress. Like, it was glitching my computer, so I decided that I released this video of how I attempted this, and I encourage you that if you want to defeat this challenge, if you think you can do something I didn't, that I hope that when you watch this video of how I achieved what I was able to get to, what I was able to find, discover, build, create, ideas I had, find another idea that I didn't come up with, and try and defeat the dragon. If there is a way, do tell me in the comments below. And if you did like this commentary, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to. It's free, you can always change your mind. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for the sad ending. I hope you enjoyed.